Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Diablo 3. And on tonight's episode, I am joined by...
Dark Dragon playing my Witch Doctor.
And Devin playing my Crusader.
And we're going to continue where we left off, guys. Now, how are we getting back there? Are we going to take the portal, or what's the easiest route back to the trailing, the Coven?
Oh, we'll go back through the waypoint. But I want to show you one quick thing before we go. If you can come over next to my character. Watch this. Ready? At you.
It's kind of cool. Is that a new skill that you got, or what?
It's Locust Swarm. You unleash a plague of locusts that swarm an enemy, dealing 1,040% weapon damage as poison over 8 seconds. Bonus, the locusts will jump to additional nearby enemies, so it spreads.
Yeah, but it is, like you said, kind of small. It does almost look like a sneeze, you know? It's not as big as, you know, for a necro or a pet spell guy. You kind of want the stuff to be pretty big because you don't want to have to get right in on the combat. You want your pets to be able to take care of it for you. And
yeah, but if I hit that one person, it jumps from person to person to person. So all I got to do is get close to that first guy.
Right, but again, you got to get close to that first one. So yeah, I guess it just depends on how you like to play. And again, with the stats, the skills that you get, it really allows you to customize your character so that he's different from somebody else's. One of the things you run into on games like this, or any game in general that has, you know, a multiplayer aspect to it, is at some point you're going to see a lot of people running around looking exactly like you do because, one, there's only so many character mods when you first start the game, you know, making them with the white hair, blonde hair, brown hair, tall, short, whatever the case may be. There's only so many variations of that. Then, class-wise and then armor-wise, usually armor at higher levels all looks the same. And, you know, you'll see just person after person that looks like just a clone copy of you. And it's kind of, you know, disheartening to see that because you're like, hey, I put a lot of effort in my guy. Apparently he did as well, and we both look the same. But in this game, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen too often, you know?
Well, even if we're wearing the same gear, we won't look the same because there's transmods. You can transmod a piece of gear to look like another piece of gear.
Which is actually what you were just talking about a minute ago. We were kind of looking at some stuff off camera, and you were showing me a weapon that you got. Oh, I got level 23. That you had just gotten by doing a... What was the name of the mission?
It's a zone, actually. It's Whimsyshire. It's the pony level.
And you got a burger, right? Like that's the weapon was a burger, guys. It's kind of funny
hamburger
that they threw that in there. Why now? What's the story behind that? Is there like it had a little brief description, which I thought was kind of interesting. But is there a story behind the burger? Is that a thing or no?
It's just the hamburger.
Okay, so there's not something that they threw in there because one of the programmers was a big hamburger guy. And, you know, he wanted to throw like the lore of like where hamburgers fit into this universe. Because there are taverns. I mean, technically they could somehow incorporate burger joints into this game. I don't really see it fitting that well. I think it would be kind of a weird add-in, but
yeah,
they could. You what?
You ran off the opposite direction.
Oh yeah, I had to fix my headset. I just didn't want them to kill me.
Yeah, and then you ended up aggro and everything. And
well, I figured
come back and save you.
I figured my pets would be able to handle it. They've been doing pretty good, and you know, to be honest, I'm kind of torn on how uber they are, because one, yeah, they don't do tremendous amounts of damage, but they never die. Like I never have to recast them, and I guess that's kind of the point. But
the stronger you get, the stronger your pets will get.
But even at low levels, I never had to recast them, and in the other game, they only lasted for a certain amount of time, so every like minute and a half, 2 minutes. And you could increase that duration, and you usually did, so that you would cast it less often. But you still would have to cast the spell. And on this one, I think I've only cast it like 2 times or something like that. Like when you first come into the game, you recast your pet spells, and then you're done. Like usually they're not going to die. Now I could go down that route where I actually detonate my hounds, but You said that was really not one that you would suggest. It's really powerful, but just not one that you've ever really liked that much.
Well, the problem with it is when you summon your pets are going to be right next to you. So you have to wait for your pets to run away from you in order for that to be actually effective.
Oh, that's right, because you don't damage other players, but you will damage yourself with your own spells. So you do have to watch out for that.
You won't hurt yourself.
You won't?
No.
Then what's the downside to doing that? Like, if you can explode them right off the bat, then why not?
But your pets summon right next to you, and stay still. If you're standing right here, you'll summon your pets right next to you.
Right.
If the mob is over there,
oh yeah, but if
your pet and blowing it up isn't going to do anything to that mob. You
yeah,
have to wait for it to run over.
Something like that is definitely a kamikaze one, where you run in, you stand right in the middle of all the mobs, and you blow up each and every one of your pets, basically annihilating everything around you.
Yeah.
You know, like you could do that, and you could use some of your other skills to kind of earn an achievement in the mountains, man. Nice, Dev Dog.
Yeah.
Is that just because?
You can tell that I actually didn't do the story. I just instantly went to doing adventure mode. That's why I'm getting these achievements.
Well, like you said, there's nothing wrong with that. Getting up to max level before you get to some of those bad guys, probably a good idea. In fact, if you know what bad guys we need to do that on, we could go and level our guys up before we get there. So you just give us a heads up, before we get to that region, and we'll go off and do some of those little missions you were talking about, those little side areas.
Adventure mode.
Right, go into there and level our guys up to 70. That shouldn't be too hard. You said you can do that in like 3-4 hours, so.
I could get you to level 70 in under an hour.
See, that's a little too quick.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, dang, man. That's crazy.
Alright, guys, come back here. I gotta show you something that I'm very glad I just found. See this fireplace?
Mm-hmm.
Burnt logs. There's the shin bone.
Look at that. Nice. What's the shin bone for?
That's the staff. It's for the staff of herding. It unlocks Whimsyshire. So you can go there whenever you want. You don't have to get a portal.
Ooh, and I already have another thing that you need for that too.
Yeah, rainbow.
How many more pieces do we need?
Hold on, let me...
Well, for each of us, it's going to be a little different, right? Because you said you already have a piece of it, the rainbow?
Yeah, it's all the same for everybody. So, it doesn't matter who opens it. Because, like, let's say I get the staff completed. If I make the staff and I open up a portal, then we can all go through as long as we're in the same group.
Does the portal, like, have unlimited amount of time? Or can you
Yes.
That's no fun.
Delay him while I prepare.
I thought it'd be, like, unlimited.
It is unlimited.
Oh, I thought you said that it wasn't.
Ah, there it is. Staff for herding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I have the rainbow piece, so that must have fallen somewhere else, but...
Oh no, I got that when
Okay, you need Wirt's cowbell, a black mushroom, liquid rainbow, gibbering gemstone, and Leoric's shin bone.
Oh, so quite a few things, actually.
Yep. And then you create the staff of herding. And then from then on, you can open a portal as long as you go to the right spot.
Rest.
You can open up a portal to Whimsyshire, and there you go.
I don't know why people would hate Whimsyshire. It was pretty cool.
Sounds like you get some pretty good loot there, too, so even if it wasn't that great of a zone, just going there for the loot alone is probably, something people will do.
People hate it because this is a Diablo game. And what did they put in a Diablo game? Little teddy bears and unicorns.
Yeah, that kill you and explode.
And floating clouds.
Yeah, I mean, But you got to remember, there's a lot of different people who play this game. Plus, what's more enjoyable in a Diablo game than bringing a little bit of this destruction to some little bunnies and rabbits? Like going in there and just like you said, just blowing them up is probably highly enjoyable for some people. Probably a lot of people.
If there were bunnies and rabbits, okay. But
there's no bunny and rabbits? You go to like the Fluffy Time Zone, you don't bring any bunny and rabbits?
There's flowers and unicorns and fluffy clouds.
And rainbows.
And rainbows.
Well, there you go. It's like breaking into like a Disney Channel and just messing it up, you know? That's how can people who like Diablo not be a fan of that?
There's a boss that spawns in there. He's rare, but there's a boss that spawns in there that one-shots anybody that gets in melee range.
I am convinced that some...
Well, there has to be a way around that, though. Otherwise, you'd never be able to beat him.
Yeah, don't get in melee range.
That kind of sucks for, you know, the melee class. It's just, what are you going to do to that one?
Run away.
It kind of sucks to everybody because he gets the teleport ability.
Oh, really? Does he at least give you a few seconds, or no?
Yeah.
Like you can run out of range when he like teleports right on top of you?
It's just like one of your skills. It's not like he gets it automatically when he melees. It's actually a skill that has a cooldown and everything on it, so it's not like it's going to happen every time.
Yeah, but if it was an instant thing where he could teleport and then like smack you in your head before you even had time to react, it wouldn't matter if it was like 2 minutes or 3 minutes recast time, because you'd die every single time. Like there has to be something you can do to defend against that.
Run away.
Well, I played on my Barbarian earlier today, and I was in Shire multiple times, and I came across him once, and he didn't kill me at all.
Oh, so not too bad.
Yeah, it's just if you're within melee range when he pops the skill, you're gonna die. But if you can do it just right and like go in and out of melee range on him, then you can get away from it before it goes off.
And of course, I'm sure your armor and your stats play a role in that as well. I mean, you might be able to... You don't think so? Not even at any point be able to withstand that?
Even in his name, it says he one-shots.
Oh, so they just made it period. Like, there's no way to stop that.
Insta-kill. That's what it says, to be specific.
That kind of sucks. Because, I mean, what's the point of being a warrior if mobs that one-shot everybody else, you can't at least take 2 shots? You know, like, that shows me that, oh, okay, there's you know, a benefit to playing a tank class versus playing the wizard class beyond just the average skills that you're obviously going to get for playing those classes, you know?
Well,
you actually see tangible results from it.
It's just that one creature.
But that's the one creature you should see it on. That's definitely one of the few creatures you should definitely see something like that play a part and be like, yeah, man, that's why I'm playing a tank. I get to rub it in y'all's face because I can take that hit where everybody else dies. You know, you want those bragging rights.
There's bragging rights that barbarians have.
And that should be another one. That should be one of the few ones where, yeah, it one-shots everybody, but, you know, I can take it because I'm just that good.
Oh, trust me, you'll see. There's definitely bragging rights for barbarians. Same for monks. When monks get their full set, and they do like thousands of % damage area effect just from punching things, they get some bragging rights too.
I don't know, the archers seem to be doing pretty good. You're shooting all those little arrows out and stuff was kind of making me jealous. I mean, it's really, really cool damage that class has as well. I think there's probably bragging rights for all classes out there.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's a very balanced game, believe it or not.
It seems to be now.
A lot of people sit there and whine of, oh, they're OP and they need balancing. And
well, you said it was broken a lot when it first came out, so maybe that's what they were complaining about. It's just that it was broken.
A bit, yeah. I mean, for a while, anytime anybody had a barbarian, the only build they did was whirlwind. And anytime anybody had a wizard, all they did was critical mass. And same for the demon hunters. There was a build that everybody did that, and that was it. But now they've balanced it so you can actually have multiple different builds that you use. and they're all effective.
See, that's good because, like I said, you just don't want the game coming down to just like one or two classes. And some games in the past have made that mistake, and it gets very one-sided. I mean, EverQuest, it did that too. At a certain point, it came out with Beast Lords, and Beast Lords just completely and totally changed. Everybody had to play Beast Lord. You didn't want anybody else in the group because it was like a cleric, a monk, a tank, all wrapped into one, and it was just too overpowered.
Their pet was a tank, and they could heal their pet for retarded amounts.
Yeah, and then they were like monks themselves, but with the healing and the buffing and pretty much everything else you ever wanted in a class, all in one. It was like the solo guy of the extreme.
They were sort of kind of like a really gimp shaman. But, I mean, they had to really balance those guys.
They never quite did. I mean, they never could fix that one because they gave them too many things. And again, that's at some point, as a game manufacturer, you have to decide: do you want to forgo one of your creations so that the other classes can get the love that you wanted them to get? Like you just made a mistake. You created a class that was too overpowered. We're going to take it out of the game because there's really no way to fix it. I hate to say that because there's usually a way to fix any problem if you're going to put the time and effort into it, but it may get to the point where it's just worth too much money. It's easier just to start over than it is to keep going with that.
You guys are going the wrong way.
I'm just following you guys. I have no idea.
No, you're following my nephew, so you're going the wrong way.
I was just exploring.
It's alright, we like exploring, guys, and as you say many times before, that's where you find the best stuff. When you go off into those corners looking for that rare drop, that little chest that you didn't know was there, the name that you didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found any like hidden secret passageways, like walls that you open up that you didn't even know were there?
Yes.
Do they show up on the map, or is it like hidden on the map as well?
They're hidden.
That's cool. So how do you find those? What's some of the...
Well, like, the one is you, in Act 1 in the town, you attack one of the doors on one of the houses, and that opens up the door to where you fight the Ubers.
That's cool. And how do you know that you're supposed to attack the door? Is that just something you did by accident? Did it kind of flash a certain color? What's the thing that kind of tips you off to let you know, oh, there might be something secret here?
What tipped me off was the loading screen. It said, hey, attack this door.
Oh, I might have died. Dang it. Yeah, but there's nothing that you can
solo die.
Well, I was back over here. I don't know where you guys left to go to, but there's a named over here that I'm killing.
I'm teleporting to you, but
Well, they're killing me, actually.
Yeah, I'll be right there, homie.
Actually, they killed my pets, too. Yeah. A lot of them over here.
It's okay. They're loose.
But yeah, so it's not like in the old cartoons where, the thing that was about to be used in the background changed color slightly, it was off a little bit, or like in Zelda there was a crack in the wall letting you know that you could, pick stuff up, or, that you could put a bomb down, and blow stuff up there. So nothing like telltale signs letting you know that.
Nope.
Oh, well, how are you supposed to find them? They're just like completely random?
Well, like I said, what gave it away for me was the hint.
Well, that wasn't much of a hint. That was you already zoning in.
No, when you zone, there's hints that pop up. Like, hey, if you hit D, it'll turn on and off the player health bars. And if you hit V, it'll turn on and off the monster bars, and just little hints like that. Which I actually kind of like that they have in the game.
Yeah, I like when they can kind of make fun of themselves a little bit, EverQuest did the same thing where they're like, what was some of the funny quotes they said, like, filling the ocean one drop at a time, or, making dwarves ugly. They did, like, what does that even mean? But
to put a little more perspective on that, that was when you were zoning into the Ocean of Tears.
Well, it's any zone actually that you could get these weird quotes and.
No, the filling the ocean one drop at a time. That was when you were entering the Ocean of Tears.
I don't know if that happened only then. I know you'll get quotes for stuff that you weren't zoning into, that they were talking about. Like, you know, you're not zoning into the dwarf city, but they would give you a quote about the dwarves and stuff like that. But it was just funny that they took the time and the effort to put that in there. And, you know, the games nowadays are kind of continuing with that tradition. And I'm kind of glad that they are. You got another achievement, man. Congrats.
I am a Scylla, once
Yep.
queen to our beloved Leora. Now I give you my blessing.
Gonna be getting all these achievements.
All right, come over here.
Well, what are we going to find?
There's a box.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Starved of the sun,
Nice.
I no longer know what day it is. I can
Okay,
hear
so
the
what are we going to be
warden,
fighting
my
in here? Do you know?
husband.
All right, here we have to find these 6 prisoners, which somebody already clicked on one of them,
I don't.
I think that was me.
and you release the prisoners.
Which are just little spirits, right?
Yes.
So everybody had a bad fate in here. Everybody's already dead. We're just kind of coming in here and, what, like cleansing the place?
Overburdened.
Oh, I can't carry that.
We're releasing the spirits, and the spirits are what are giving the warden his power. So
I
we
cannot
release the
carry
spirits. The
anymore.
spirits take away the power from the warden, and then we're able to kill him.
Ah, okay. These are like nightmarish creatures down here, guys. What was the name of that movie where they go into the town and she's a cop or whatever? She's looking for a daughter, and like at nighttime it changes to like this evil place.
Oh, that's Silent Hill.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that with the way the creatures look. And why we're talking about horror movie, guys, because it is, you know, still October for us while we're recording these. I watched that movie that you had recommended, that Howl,
Yeah?
and I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was just a great movie.
Weren't those werewolves really cool looking?
Well, I don't want to give too many spoilers out there, because if you guys are watching, because it is a new movie, and somebody out there might be watching and be like, okay, yeah, I still want to watch that. I would highly recommend going and seeing that, guys. I am going to talk just a few seconds on what the creatures look like. So if you don't want to know that, you're more than welcome to fast forward. I won't give up any spoilers about the movie. I'm just talking about like the special effects of the way the creatures look. I thought they were fantastic, but it wasn't. It didn't read to me. It didn't scream to me werewolf. What it did kind of scream to me is a combination of two different things: werewolf and like ghouls. You know, like it had that.
Yeah, maybe a little
I
bit.
cannot
Yeah.
carry more.
Actually, I am completely full up. Oh, and there's some void crystals.
Let's.
Ruby.
I'm gonna come over here real quick just to get this little spot uncovered, and then we will zip to town and empty our inventories.
Oh, you guys don't have to do that. I can throw some junk here on the ground.
It's always best for everybody to go together, because then we're all empty at the same time. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep cycling people out of the group to run to town real quick.
There we go. Got all that stuff right there. I was just gonna say, because we only have another like 4 minutes on the video, anyways. If we kept going, we could do this in between. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was a really good movie. I liked the storyline. I liked the acting. It was a pleasant surprise. I just was not expecting. You know, when I go into movies nowadays, I don't know how you guys are at home, but when I go into movies nowadays, I have low standards because they pretty much suck so bad. You know, and so when I go into them, I'm like, okay, if I'm not disappointed, that's a good experience. Like I'm not even there to like be entertained anymore. I'm just there not to be disappointed, which is such a low standard. And it's how you have to go into them if you want to get even like this, like a nugget of enjoyment out of it. But yeah, this one was, to me, reminded me a lot of like the classic '80s movies, like horror-wise, but in a good way. Like it captured that essence back when horror movies were still kind of new, and you didn't quite have so many rules. Like nowadays, you have so many different ways that you have to portray a werewolf. Like it has to fit within that narrow box. And if you go out of that narrow box too much, people were like, oh, that's not werewolf, that's not zombie, that's not vampire, you know?
Oh yeah, that's like what was the one with the rage virus?
Oh, 28 days later?
Yes,
8 days later?
28 days. Everybody's like, those aren't zombies because zombies don't run. It's like, well, they can run. There are fast and slow zombies, but they weren't zombies because they didn't die to become the way that they were.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what people don't understand. Like, they call, like, the movie The Crazies. They're like, that's a zombie movie. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, that's just a bunch of crazy people.
But it's alright to be in that field and not be the same. Like, this movie, to me, kind of rewrote what werewolves look like, because they do look ghoulish and, like, almost, yeah, maybe a little bit of zombiness in there with some of the stiffness that they had in the movements and stuff. But overall, very much werewolf-like, just in a very different way.
Yeah.
And
I severely loved them. I thought it was an amazing way to do it, and the look was totally unique.
yeah, but they thought out of the box, and I'm sure there's gonna be people out there, the purist will be like, no, that's not right. I don't like that at all. That sucks. And yeah, you're technically right. It's not what werewolves normally look like, but still, for me, because it brought back that whole like new feeling of the 80s. What's up?
2 elites, 1 named, another just normal elite.
That means it's a yellow elite and blue followers, right?
Yeah.
That's how they always are.
Wow, there's gonna be a lot of dudes in here. I wish I had some kind of bomb I could throw in here. I got the little pets, but I don't really want to sit there and explode them if I don't have to.
Just kill this fat dude that's there. He blows up.
Yep.
Ah, there we go. Holy crap.
That's why I like dots.
So much poison in there. Not a good place to be standing.
Why not?
I stand on it and I'm fine.
Let's see. I need to get rid of some stuff here. I'll throw down some junk.
Nah, man, that's why you should have gone to town with us.
Well, I was going to. I just didn't want to do that on camera. We'll go back in a few and then sell in between episodes. Let's see. Helmet now. We're going to leave that there.
You and you're not wanting to do stuff on camera. I mean, is it really that bad to go into the bathroom? I mean, come on.
I don't think anybody wants to see that, to be honest. But no, I take that back. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's interested into anything. You know, there's always somebody interested in something out there. So I won't say that nobody is, but I'm not interested in doing that, not even remotely. So that's not a thing. That's not something that's ever going to happen.
There's people that are quote unquote interested in teddy bears and stuffed animals. I mean, there's some pretty freaky people out there.
Well, to each their own. If they're not hurting anybody and they enjoy it, it provides comfort or satisfaction to them in some way, then I don't really see a problem with it. But as far as like me getting involved in it, if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to get involved in it. So
right. I just say give me bacon.
What? You really can't go wrong with bacon. Oh, we got somebody who spawned over here?
Bacon is love. Bacon is love.
Here's the warden.
Oh, check this out, guys. Where's he at?
Right there.
Oh, this is him? What's this purple stuff that oh, he's almost dead.
Yep.
Jeez, this dude's a little weakling, man.
Well, they are kind of a little bit OP.
Still, I mean, that he had to be by far one of the easiest guys we fought so far.
When there's only one guy and there's like 15 pets, it gets to be a little easier.
Well, we don't really have that many pets.
Well,
we have a decent amount, but
hold on. Okay, now let's go.
Get the checkpoint.
Well, there's a reason, because watch, see? All these dudes.
Yeah, but
oh, that's alright. You can kill those things.
I wasn't that far.
You guys wipe the floor with them anyway. This is freaking nuts. What's that one little... You turn yourself into a wolf or something?
Alright, hold up. He uses a mount.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me about that one.
It'd be cool if it was a wolf.
Right? Yeah. Can you change? Is it always just a horse or?
Sadly.
My love,
Maybe future expansions. Maybe they'll hear the idea and be like, yeah, we could do a wolf, or because a dire wolf from like EverQuest, that would really work in there. That would kind of, or a hellhound or something.
You missed the beheading.
Oh, that's a rat. I figure we'll probably come back and we'll do a let's play of
At
just
least
the
we'll
of just the storyline.
Awakening is at hand.
Yeah, but it was a beheading. A ghost beheading. How often do you see that?
Like right now.
Right. Oh wow, we're on the level 3 already. So how far down does this go?
To the bottom.
What's the bottom? Is it like Fate where it just never ends?
No, it's level 3.
Oh, okay, so level 3 is the deepest that we can possibly go. And I think, guys, what we're going to go ahead and do is actually end the episode here. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below. We want to really hear what you guys are thinking of the series, what you want to see in the future. What part of this game did you enjoy the most? And most of all, what is some of the crazy loot you guys have gotten over time? Like, go ahead and, you know, give a shout out to some of the best loot in the game. Let people know what's out there. You know, maybe a little bit of little secrets, little tips and tricks if you got them. You know, where to find the best stuff. I mean, for me, I can only speak for myself. I am nowhere near an expert on this game. I am playing with 2 people who are very familiar with it, and they know a lot more than I do. But maybe you know something that not a lot of people know about, and you want to share it with people. Definitely leave that in the comments, and I will give you a shout out and share it with the viewers, and maybe you know, you can help out a whole bunch of people. But again, guys, I think we're gonna end it here. If you guys want to say anything before we head out.
What I want to slip in is we're recording these couple episodes a time. So if you guys do comment at something and you see us in the next episode, like, not do what you said, we're not ignoring you. It's because we're recording a lot of episodes at once.
Yeah, I usually try to record once a week for this series and do all the episodes for that week at that time. Usually Wednesdays. So if you guys want to catch, yeah, if you want to catch us before the next series, just get us before Wednesday, and hopefully what you have asked for us to do is within our ability to do, and we'll be able to do it before then. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time.
You want to
Hit the
say?
like button.